Well, it could be worse.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Whenever Hollywood gets involved in anime, it never quite ends well. Time after time, adaptation after adaptation, they all usually end up in the trash.
Know your fucking place, trash!
But what Hollywood has recently started doing en masse, after seeing the expanding heights of anime and manga, they decided to convert their own IP into Japanese products like manga and anime. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Catwoman Hunted is DC's new animated film based on this unholy alliance. Now, normally I would rent this or set sail on the 7 seas for a copy of this film, but since Greg Weisman, the man behind Young Justice and Spectacular Spider-Man, is behind this, I took the risk. And surprisingly, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. I mean, sure, Weisman in my opinion has yet to take an L on his projects, but I really expected this to be a phone-in project. There are a lot of interesting things that they did in this film that I can appreciate over something like Batman Ninja, where it was just balls to the wall stupidity. One of the interesting things that this movie does is the intro. The intro is probably the best part of this film because the animation is pretty interesting, and it actually tells a small story that they bring up later on in the film. Now, first time watching this, I did not notice that, and then as I'm doing this review, I rewatched the intro, and then it made more sense. But the technique that was used is pretty good. There's no sounds, just music and some moving images to bring it to life. The dialogue is pretty snappy. I liked every scene with this Catwoman. This Catwoman is actually very snarky, very sexualized, and pretty fun to be around. I think if they were to continue a new film with this Catwoman would be pretty interesting. Speaking of which, the biggest part of this film that is the best part of this film is Elizabeth. Elizabeth is probably the best Catwoman since Grey Griffin. I personally think this is some like grade A casting here because she was very snarky on Victorious, and then she's bringing that same kind of twist to it to Catwoman. Yeah, I gotta say that she should be doing some more Catwoman work. If Grey is not available, she should be taking over as a backup if anything, because she's very funny. I'm not sure if it's just Weisman's writing that was really helping her or if it's just her, but the combination of these two, it's really good. But that's where all the good things end, because the animation is not great. The animation is subpar. It's basically mid-tier animation from like the early 2010s, and we're in 2020 and they're trying to sell this off to us for $19.99. Now, I'm not expecting like high quality animation like out of Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm expecting something at least equal to or greater than Gotham Knight. If they took the same quality of animation from that, put that into this film, spice up some more character and not make them so Japanese in a sense, because we have a literal guy transforming into a robot with a transformation scene. Like every time we watch some sort of Western animation, they always try to do this corny transformation scene. I don't know why. Yes, a lot of anime in the past did that, and that was a staple, but you're trying to make your movie somewhat serious, so why did you do that? I don't get that. The fight scenes are not memorable. I'm not like interested in rewatching any of the fight scenes. Again, the best thing about this film is really going to be like the voice acting and the writing. Personally, out of all the voice acting, I would really just say Kelly Hu and Elizabeth. Pretty much those two. I forget the name of the girl who plays Batwoman, but it just feels so phoned in. It felt weak. And I know she's like a great actor and stuff because she was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I don't know if she's a good voice actor. But ultimately, the big question is, should you watch it? I would say if it's a rental or if it's found somewhere in the 7 seas, yes. If it's for $5.99 at like Walmart or online, I would say buy it. But $19.99 is like too much for this. It does not even include any additional shorts for this. So if you are looking for any shorts about like some obscure DC hero that we don't get to see in like big films or TV shows, then you're out of luck on this one.